Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
Hey Andre, at what point did you feel that you mentally broke him down, or did you get an inkling like, you know what, he's cracking it?
Probably the round before the stoppers when I really started feeling it. You know, when he reacted to that body shot where I hesitated, didn't follow up, I gotta watch the replay, but I felt like that was legit. It was either borderline or it was right on the money. And I'm like, for him to give that kind of reaction and concede like that, I knew he was breaking down. And when you do that and the referee tells you fight, that's not a good thing, because you literally showed that you were hurt by that. And then, you know, I told you guys that I felt his biggest mistake was going to be his arrogance. That was going to get him in trouble. He just couldn't fathom me hurting him. You know, when they asked him about, you know, me having the power to stop him, he laughed at me. You know, at the weigh-in, and it's like he just wasn't ready for it. You know, anybody can be hurt, and anybody can be stopped. So you always got to have a sober mind when you get into a fight like that.
How gratifying is it for you to get this victory, given what his side was doing through the whole build-up and what happened on social media?
It feels real good. You know, I feel vindicated. You know, like I said, I never had a problem with people saying that the fight was close. It was, and you know, I got to take ownership for, you know, not putting on my best performance. I definitely didn't feel like, I heard some people say, oh, it was home cooking. It's like, I didn't agree with that stuff. And, you know, I felt like they took it too far. But close fight, yes. But just the excuses were just over the top, man. And I felt like the excuses showed me so much about him and his character. And that you don't get to just not bring that character into the ring. That same guy is coming into the ring. And I knew in my heart of hearts, and I told you guys, I said, man, that's a weakness, and I got to tap into that. I would have been concerned if that dude said, look, man, I felt I won, but I'm going to go back to work and I'm going to figure it out. And he got quiet. That's a guy that I'm concerned about. Did too much talking and he revealed too much.
Andre, you have
about himself.
You're holding the record for the most wins of a professional athlete you haven't lost since you were 12.
In a long time.
How crazy is that? And you fight the highest level?
It's a blessing, man. I mean, I don't, like, you can't even, like, predict that kind of stuff or do that intentional. It's just years of working, man. And you know, like, we don't over celebrate our victories, man. You know, we probably should celebrate our victories more, but because we don't do that, it forces me to keep pushing. I never feel like it's enough.
And what does it mean for your city of Oakland to have you?
It's big.
Why?
It's huge, because Oakland don't always get a lot of credit, man. You know, they just say we're a small market team, but we got a lot of talent to keep producing.
Tell me about this young gentleman right here, smiling.
Yeah. I'm just the future, man. All he has to do is just stay focused, stay humble, and keep working hard. You know, he's got it. And God's going to bless him, man. The sky's the limit for him, man. He's going to be a star in this sport.
Andre, what do you think about him and Anthony Joshua? Like,
man, I'm behind Andre.
Why are you so good at adjustments? Are you a perfectionist, or what? I mean, what is it about you?
It's perfectionist, but it's verge, just the way I was raised in the gym. You know, like, he wouldn't let me come to the corner when I was 15, 16 years old and make an excuse why I didn't have a good round. He made me go out there and figure it out. And just years and years of that, just you cultivate that type of heart and mentality to say, look, I got to find a way, because when you fight the best, man, it's not easy. It's ebbs and flows, it's adjustments, it's a lot of little stuff that you guys see, some things you guys don't see, and the guys who are able to make those adjustments on the fly, like, I'm literally going back to the corner saying, man, okay, man, he caught me with this, I got to, like, it's going fast. But that's kind of the way I've been raised and trained in the sport.
And you showed even more wrinkles in this fight. Would you say this fight was easier? Was it the same?
I felt like it was easier, a little bit. It wasn't easy. Still got some bruises on my face, but I'll take that. But that's to be expected, man. It's a championship fight against another great fighter. It's not going to be easy.
Why do you say you're not the greatest fighter in the world?
It was a cold combination going on. You got hit to the head, and I think he was hurt probably for like maybe 40 seconds left in the round. Like, it was a lot of time left, and he still didn't recover. He barely threw anything back, so he was hurt. He was out on his feet. I don't know if he would recover the next round.
Andre, would you say? I was going to ask that.
I say
it's your signature fight.
I say right now, just everything that surrounded the first fight, the quality of fighter he is, I would probably have to say so right now.
What's next for Andre Ward?
I don't know. I gotta talk to my team and just take some time. It's not good to make decisions like right after a fight, so I just gotta see what's next.
Where you going on vacation?
Mexico. Yeah, Jordan has an annual trip that all the athletes go to, so I'm gonna go there. and I just really want to go home, man, and spend time with my wife and kids, man. Like, I'm a homebody. I've been gone for 8 weeks, and summertime, everybody been having fun, and I've been in training camp, man. So I'm trying to go enjoy the rest of the summer.
Hey, Andre, I know your own shoes, the Andre Ward shoes.
We've been working on it. I was going to unveil it this fight, but it wasn't fitting right, and so we're still working.
Andre, I know I asked you this at the end of the last fight. For you, what's left there to do? Because you just pretty much did everything. At that point, when you beat Kovalev the first time, you're like, you know what? I'm not sure. I really got to think about it. We're here now. I know they mentioned heavyweight, but at all in your mind, is it 1 foot in, 1 foot out, where you're not sure because of what you accomplished already?
Just think we just got to see, you know, as a team, you just got to see what makes sense. You know, what makes sense? What is the situation? Because you get to a certain point in your career where, you know, and this isn't big time in anybody, but like just a regular fight doesn't make sense. You know, like I went and I fought Kovalev, the best in the division, one of the most feared men in the sport. So to go backwards at this stage in my career is kind of like, man, do we want to do that? So I want to, you know, if I continue fighting, man, I want to do something very unique and something special. I want to do something that's eyebrow raising.
Did that Joshua comment like kind of take you off guard?
Like, I mean, nah, because that's Virgil.
Yeah?
That's how he gets down, man. So he believes I can beat anybody. So we'll see. We'll see.
Thank you, sir. Jesus Gonzalez still brags about beating you as an amateur. I'm from Arizona.
Did he tell you his mom was a judge, though? No, seriously, like his mother was a referee and a judge. But he got a win, though. I give him that. Tell him I said hello.
Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Andre, you had such confidence coming into this the second time around. You're just so much more, I can't explain it. It seemed like you were just so much confident and sure of yourself. And you mentioned, don't be surprised if I stop them. So where did that all come from?
I just knew what type of camp I had. Like, I'm really hard on myself, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, I still haven't watched the whole first fight.
Is it hard to watch? Like, you're just like, I'm so much better than that.
I'm so much better than that. That's what it is. Like, I watched 4 rounds of the fight in training camp, 5 months after the fight with Bird. We sat down, he said, I don't want to watch the first couple rounds, I want to watch beyond the 4th round. I said, okay, so we watched probably 4 or 5, we watched 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's all I had watched. On the way to the arena today, for the first time, I watched the first 4 rounds on my iPhone. That's all I've seen of the fight. And immediately I know, like, bro, you're better than that. You're better than that. But I had the fight in my brain. That's why I didn't need to necessarily go back and dissect it. I knew what I was going through and what I did wrong. It was a good performance, but I just know I'm better than that.
You mentioned the flow. Were you able to have fun in there and flow?
I felt better tonight. I did. You know, and it was a highly competitive fight. You know, and I love it, like, because I know, like, you just got to keep stepping on the gas. Like, the fight starts after the 6th. That's when conditioning comes into play. That's when whatever type of camp you had, whatever you did in your off season, you know, treated your body right, all that stuff comes out in that second half of that fight. And I'm really confident in that second half of the fight. I knew it was going to be close to the first 6, but when that 7th round came, I said, okay, now it's time to go to work.
What was going on through your mind when you kind of hilted over when you landed the shots?
I'm getting to him. I'm getting to him. And I hit him with a couple of good body shots early on, and I got a little grunt, but he didn't really, like, cave in. I'm like, okay. And at that point, man, you gotta be patient and just keep working. You know, he's a tough fighter. He's a good fighter, man. I'm not gonna gloat over this guy, man. He's a warrior. You know, it's unfortunate they make the excuses and stuff they make, but I'm not gonna get in the pig pen with him, man. I give him his respect. He's a great fighter, and there's not a lot of guys that's gonna beat him. There's not a lot of guys that's gonna beat him.
Andre, how realistic is that for you to go up to heavyweight to look for someone like Anthony Joshua?
Man, I'm gonna let Bird talk about that, man. I'm not getting involved in that, man. I just got out of a fight, man. Y'all trying to make me jump back in. I know he said it, but I got a lot of respect for Joshua, man. And, right now, you just got to look at that like that's just my coach believing in my ability. There's no disrespect or shade toward Joshua, man. He's a tremendous fighter, he's a star in the sport, great ambassador, man. I got nothing but respect for him.
When he says he sees enough flaws in him where you could beat him.
That's trainer talk. He's supposed to. You know, that's what trainers do. but I'm not getting involved in that right now, man.
Now I noticed
Not right now.
Kovalev had a good jab, but he looked more basic. He looked like he was just doing the 1-2. And how were you able to create?
I think it was the same Kovalev. I just think I was just a little better, just different nuances, and not giving him that set target. You know, in the first fight, like again, I still don't understand the first 2 rounds of the first fight. Like I don't, personally, like from my end, and what I was doing. And I feel bad that I had to get knocked down before I woke up. But he's got an accurate jab, he's got a precise jab, but it's just the movements. It's just the here, you know, side to side, and, you know, feinting him, and that's what keeps him off balance. And he's gonna land some, but you want to keep him as low as possible.
Now you stopped him in this fight. He hired like a triathlon coach. You said we're keeping everything pretty much the same, we're just kicking it up. So why did you have confidence in your camp to remain pretty much what you had in the
because
first
I know that true conditioning is years and years and years and years and years. It's stacked. Like I got 20 some odd years in conditioning.
Get some rest, champ.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man.
He's not going to revamp his whole windpipe and become this guy that's in tremendous shape. You may have a good camp, but you're not going to do it in 8 weeks. That's a fact. You know, it's like I got years on him, and he's been getting tired. See, I just listen to stuff he says. So the first fight he said overtrained, but then you went and added something. You hired a triathlete coach.
Now it's a low blow.
Right, so that's like he's contradicted himself. So it's just stuff like that where you put the pieces together, you say, man, psychologically, this guy's not all the way there.
Iver, you're a great person. You're a great fighter. But why do you get under people's skins where it doesn't matter what you do, you can help people with charity, you can do, they still get mad at you?
You gotta ask him that question, bro.
You never thought about it like this?
That's not my problem.
No, I know it's not about it.
As long as I'm not mistreating anybody, man, I don't have nothing to go home and wonder about.
Maybe it's
Like I still seen a lot of long faces on press row. You gotta ask them.
Is it thinking that they're frustrated because on the outside of the ring, it looks like simple, but when they're in the ring with you, no same result?
That's above my pay grade, man. I can't get involved in that. I don't know.
Okay, I gotta ask you this. Mayweather McGregor, what do you think about it?
I think it's gonna be cool, man.
Why?
I think it's interesting. I do. Like, I'm not opposed to it. I wish I could get me a top MMA fighter with a big name, under boxing rules, but I just think it speaks to Floyd's career, man. Him just able to like make them kind of moves, and you gotta tip your hat. I think it's really cool with him going after number 50 with a guy like McGregor. So I think it could be good. Appreciate you.
Excellent performance.
See you soon.
Andre, one right. I'm sorry, can I describe? I just wanted to let you know.